Good morning, YouTube mine lovers.
Good morning.
Tom and Julie here. Finally, after months of less than perfect weather, we're in a sunny, calm can dump with no rain and snow. So let's follow Julie up the hill a little bit and we'll see what we're actually after today. Although the can dumps are cool. Like a safe. Wells Fargo safe. Maybe. Who knows? They have this steel and then they put concrete inside of it. That's my guess anyway. This is a little shed. It's very low and there's not much in here. Just some shelves. And the safe is right outside of this. And this was obviously some sort of a shop or something here where there was a roof on this. A roof. Let's see what else is over here. A bigger safe. Wow. That's about twice as big as that other one. Apparently they were finding some gold. Wow, a lot of fuel cans and other stuff. This could have been a cabin site or just the dump. There's an intact jar. Let's see anything on the bottom? Right here. There's a bottle too. Is that good measuring on the side?
No?
Ah, too bad it's busted. That's like a vase.
Oh, yeah.
A vase. There's a bunch of these. I think these were like Coke bottles from probably the 60s when they started with those little fat bottles. That's anything on the bottom?
Nothing.
There's a Skippy jar. Can you knock that stuff out of there without breaking it?
And then their measurements.
Oh, there are measurements. There's.
Oh, right here is better.
Except you can't see it that direction. See the measurements? And then the Skippy. Skippy. Here's another little bottle. That looks fairly old. It's a screw top though, but Julie's got a little, what looks to me like instant coffee. It's funny because they still look the same. It always amazes me, like vinegar bottles have a look, and ketchup bottles have a certain look, and instant coffee bottles, like jars like this, have a certain look. And they keep them throughout the years. They keep that shape. It's almost like trademark. Well, that's a shaft that is got a lot of debris at the top of it, although the shaft itself is open below this top plug. So that could be a project maybe for someone else, not me. Wow, would you look at that? A very large hoist. That thing is huge. Some of the control levers are still here. Somebody's taking the bearing caps off of there. I bet they take those to recycle them. These would have been Babbitt bearings. They poured those. You melt the metal and pour it, and it acts kind of like lead as a bearing. This would have been the drive. You're probably pneumatically operated or air pressure, and would have driven a big cylinder inside of that. I mean, it would have driven a big piston inside of that cylinder. And then there would have been a crank here, and another bearing here. and this would have spun, and then the gear reduction is there. I mean, it could be steam powered, but I'm guessing it was air. Here's another lever, a control lever. Look at that. Look at that flywheel, my God.
It's huge.
Band brake with wood lining on it. That is really cool. Here's what's left of the brake. A lot of cable on there. Wow, that is so neat. It's so fun when you come out here and you find stuff like this. You know, not that I found it. It's been sitting here since the early 1900s. But to come out and discover it for yourself is cool. That's a big wire rope on there too. Look at the size of that. That's probably 3/4 inch. Man, it's so cool to see this thing running. There were some other controls here too. Down here. That pulled on this thing. And then the huge flywheel back there.
Look how big this thing
What a hoist. Yeah, and you're standing,
is. I'm standing on a rock.
you're 2 feet up above the bottom of
Yeah.
it.
Here's a boat level.
So a really cool old hoist, you guys. You don't see these too often. And this one's not all here, but it's mostly there. There's a look back at that hoist. We're climbing the hill a little bit here. We can go that way or this way. There are piles either way. There's a little road wall over there. Looks like it goes to a shaft, but let's go catch up with Julie and we'll see, because it may have some cool ladders in it.
I don't know if you can hear the bird, and I don't know what kind of bird that is, but I think his nest is right over there. He's pretty mad, so I'm gonna get out of his way.
Okay, here is an opening in the timbering about 20 feet below the actual original portal, and I don't know if this area caved on its own or if they tried to collapse it. A lot of times they'll come back a little ways and throw an explosive in there to try to seal these mines off. So I don't know what happened, but it looks like this is open, so let's go down there and see if we can get in.
Okay, he's in. I'm next.
There's a foot.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay, we're in. Well, this is straight as an arrow. I wonder if this is a haulage or an adit that was made to intersect an ore body deeper in, because it is straight as an arrow now. Got the traditional shape to it, about the traditional size. No timbering. Very solid. That kind of conglomerate stuff that's really solid. There was track in here. I can see the cross tie marks. Smells like the mine. What's that?
It's like a lid to a tobacco can.
Oh,
Look
it's
at how
sure.
red it is.
It sure enough is. Yeah. That's a lid to a Prince Albert. Where's the rest of it? It did have some good color to it. Okay, we've come to a split, or a fork if you like. That way, I don't know how far it goes. I can see a wall, but it could turn. We'll go to the right, stick with the right hand rule. Little spot to the right. It's been taken out. I think I see a hole in the floor. What does that mean?
There's like a dead animal down there.
Is there?
Right there.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of rabbits down there at least. More like three. At least 3 rabbits.
A bit of a fractured area.
Yeah, it looks pretty fractured, all right. Another little pocket to the right here. It's been taken out. Ooh, it's getting warm back here. Another short cross cut, only about 20 feet. We've taken several short pieces out to the left and to the right. Here the ties are still here. Yeah, there's your smooth wall. There's some old graffiti too.
Yeah, here's a guy.
The fault zone. Oh yeah, here's a guy.
1924 and a guy.
Oh wow, that's cool. 1924.
December 3rd.
Yep. December 3rd, 1924. A clean shaven guy. This would be what's left of the mineral vein up against this smooth wall here. Here's another dead rabbit. Another cross cut about 30 feet long. Rabbits, for some reason, though, are always ending their lives in a mine one way or the other. Oh, look at this wall. There's a left.
All right.
The drift is getting a little smaller in this area. Still very fractured. Skull and crossbones. And here's a little stope and a ladder.
A 2x4.
There's no tobacco can.
Yeah.
Is that a dead rat?
Huh?
Is that a dead rat?
No. Oh yeah, this was a Prince Albert.
Oh yeah, that was a Prince Albert can. You still read it at all?
No, not really.
So this is looking straight up. Boy, is it hot back here now.
I know it.
Looks like we have a pile of guano here. Must be some bats roosting up in there. I don't see any now, but that stuff lasts forever in these dry mines. They could have been here years ago.
Part of a dynamite box.
Yeah. Well, Giant, I can see the logo there. Here's also, looks like a stemming rod. It's broken. There's the Giant logo. This is a pretty long drift, isn't it? Here's more of this fault zone where this smooth wall is.
Here's the head.
Oh yeah. A little bit unstable here with some ground fall. Looks like some timbering failed. A stall must have come out of this little stoped area. They probably had a little working platform here that came out. Be my guess. Why is it warm back here? Looks like the face is coming up.
Yeah.
If I can get through the ribbons. There it is. Okay, we turned around. We're going to go back to the one we skipped that was going to the left because we took a right. Here we got an old beer bottle. I believe it's a Burgermeister because it's got that blue and the ER on it. Although ER could also be beer. But it just got that Burgermeister look to that blue. And you can see it's an old, it's not a twist off. And that's pretty cool. It's not to be refilled, so it's not terribly old. But they did that when the beer started being put in cans because the bottlers didn't want you to reuse the bottles. They wanted to make more, so they made them no deposit, no return, or not to be refilled was the original thing. And then that was so they could try to compete with the can guys. Okay, we just backtracked from that direction. Now we're taking this one. Would have been a left on the way in. It's right on the way out. Lots of ribbons. The ribbon guy was busy. Not crazy about seeing all the ribbons, but I guess they got to do their assessment work. What do you see up in there? I guess I better follow and find out for myself. Oh, that didn't go very far, did it?
No.
Let's see what this is all about. A lot of rat crap. Oh, I see a ladder. Probably only about 12 feet. Yeah, I don't know what happens down there. A lot of rat crap around here. Should I go down it?
Yeah. Check it out.
Oh, my headlight's going dim.
Uh-oh.
It's dead. Missing a rung here. Not sure what's going on here or why they made this. It's just a small spot down here.
Here he comes. Okay, cool.
See if I can get through the rat crap here.
I know.
Missing a couple rungs here and there. Oh boy.
Yeah, and listen. You hear that?
No.
It's like wind.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. This is intersecting a shaft. Huh. So through this hole is a shaft, a vertical shaft. And there's a large amount of wind going through. Watch this. Look at it go. Large amount of wind. It's probably 10 miles an hour. So we don't know what shaft this is. There are ladders there. I can see the ladder right back there. It looks like it's in good shape. It's a vertical shaft. So maybe we'll go outside and see what's up top here. Maybe we can get in that shaft. Okay, we're back to the main branch that we came off of. I'm going to take a right, and I think there's one more right we can take. So here you can feel the wind here. See, back beyond that it was kind of stagnant feeling. And the reason is because all that wind is going up that shaft. We'll try to find that outside, or you could chip away at that hole and get in there that way if you wanted to. You probably want to have a rope if you're jumping right into a vertical shaft. Plus, when you're doing things like that, when you're entering a vertical shaft not from the top, you have to be really careful because you don't really know what's above you. It's really not recommended to do that. If you're going to go in a vertical shaft, you should start at the top so you know what kind of debris might be around that could fall on you. Rocks and whatever else. And you can clear them on the way down. When you jump in the middle of a shaft like that, you don't have any idea really what's above you. It could be loose. Just a tip for you guys that want to go mine exploring. Don't ask me how I know. Here we're back to this guy. December 3rd, 1924, dude. We're back to this spot. This was obviously something at one time, a little pit at least. And that's where those red dead rabbits are. About 3 dead rabbits down there. Okay, here we are back to this other branch that we skipped on the way in. Let's see what we find here. Maybe this will intersect that shaft. It's kind of going the same direction as that other one. Wandering around in a mine again. Okay, here's a short piece to the left that was taken out. Straight ahead looks like it ends shortly. Of course, you never can tell.
No, it goes that way.
Can you see my light over here?
No.
Okay, let me take this short piece. This must just end right over here then. Yeah, I can see your light over here.
Okay.
I thought so. Here's a 1932. So, okay, so it doesn't go very far to the left. And it looks like it goes to the right. The workings are kind of meandering all over here.
Mm-hmm. Which way do you want to go?
Well, I guess that way. There's a hole in the ground. I don't see any sign of that shaft, do we? Well, they've gone all over the place here.
Yeah. I don't know what this is.
You want to know what that is?
I don't know what this is.
Well, that came from that other way there.
Oh.
So this looks like this ends here. Here's the face. I wonder what kind of mineral this was that they were mining gold in. Okay, this is back to the one we just branched off. We just passed. Looks like this might have been an ore pass at one time or something. No, maybe not. A little stope here, about 12 feet tall. Sounds like Judy found a can.
No, it's
Dynamite
part of a
box?
dynamite box.
Nothing on it?
No.
And this ends here. Okay, we're heading back. I see light, but we shouldn't, this isn't the main thing we entered on, is it?
No.
Why do I see light? We should have to take a right. The main part of the mine was this way. We just came from that way. And the portal, I guess, is kind of a straight shot from here. That's why I was seeing light. So, that was fun. Let's go see if we can find that shaft somewhere.
Sounds good.
Okay, here we are back to the portal. We're going to crawl out of here. And we're going to wander around out top and see if we can find the top of that shaft. Hi. You made that look easier than I did. So there should be a shaft up here somewhere, but do you think it's all the way to the top of the hill?
Oh, maybe.
I guess we'll have to go look, huh? We're gonna go up this hill and see what's over this little ridge here and if we can find the top of that shaft, because it had to daylight somewhere with all that air going through there. We found the shaft. Here it is. There are some ladders. I don't know if you can see it or not. The ladders go down about 50 some feet and then they have fallen off after that. And this is kind of what I was talking about here too, where you see this bunch of timbers sitting down below me about 40 feet, 50 feet. That's the kind of stuff when you go to when you enter a shaft in the middle, you don't know that's up there, and if something comes loose, you could be in trouble. That stuff right there, and then you can see the ladders end over there. So we're not going to climb those ladders, but that's where the shaft is. What Julie has.
Barely.
A 6-inch drill bit. Wow, or a cutter head anyway. I wonder why that's out here. That's not for core drilling, that's for like a well drilling through rock. What do you drill with that? You could really do some blasting and go ahead and drop it.